morning. Late start actually today, but that's okay. Today is Sunday. Tell them please. Tell them please. Let's see who up on this thing with me. I am your instructor, Pierre Huey, aka Mr. P. We are doing our GED prep. We are going to go into different things today. Just be ready for it. Jerry Robinson, what's happening? Good morning. All right, so this is part of my GED program. Anybody that wants to be a barber student and don't have your GED or high school equivalency, we do the GED prep program just to help you get your GED, so that'll make you eligible to apply for barber school. Okay, so yeah, if you have anybody that you know, or you yourself want to sign up for barber school or interested in barber school, but you don't have your GED or high school equivalency yet, that's not a problem. That's what this prep is for. So we're going to start with that video today. Anybody that's already been a part of this, we have been studying social studies. We've been studying that whole module first. And basically I go through everything on these videos, including what's considered quote unquote fluff, because my thing is all of the pertinent, relevant, 100% information that you are going to need, you're going to have to pay a little bit for. Okay. So that's how that goes. But basically we're giving you everything for free. We're giving you everything for free. Relevant information you got to pay for. That's how that go. Period. All right. That's just business. It is what it is. But we did yesterday lesson 1, which was historic basis for the U.S. system. All right, we're going to do a quick recap. All right, system of government in the United States known as a representative democracy. In this form of government, citizens vote to elect representatives who make and execute laws. The origins of democracy are ancient. It comes from the Greek phrase rule of the people. Okay, 500 BC in the Greek city-state of Athens. This distinguishes democracy from monarchy, which is rule of one person, such as a king or queen; aristocracy, the rule of an elite class. Rule of an elite class, such as lords or barons; theocracy, the rule of the church; and anarchy, which is technically the rule of the mob, but it may not necessarily be considered a form of government. Okay. Democracy is also distinct from forms of authoritarian rule, such as dictatorship, military rule, fascism. All right. Direct democracy is laws voted upon by a council of all citizens. All right. Magna Carta, for the eventual development of democracy in the U.S., one of the most important events. All right. The signing of the Magna Carta was in England in 1215. England was a monarchy, but some protested the king's absolute power. The result was the signing of the Magna Carta, a document limiting the king's rule and subjecting his decisions to review. This same period also saw the development of the legal doctrine of habeas corpus, which made it illegal for the government to hold or imprison individuals without granting them trials. All right. Over time, group allowed by the Magna Carta to review the king's decisions developed into a parliament of lawmakers. As the power of the parliament grew, England transformed into a parliamentary democracy. In this system, a government is formed by the party holding a majority of seats in the parliament. In most parliamentary democracies, the majority party appoints or authorizes the chief executive, such as the president. Known as the Age of Enlightenment, 17th, 18th centuries saw the spread of democracy to many other European countries. England, France, Holland, and other European powers also adopted a Bill of Rights for individuals during this period. And let's see, the philosophies dominant in this era emphasize reason and individual rights and encourage government by the people. Enlightenment philosophers such as Adam Smith, John Locke, and Voltaire strongly influenced the founders of the United States. That was our recap from yesterday. Today, we are going to talk about the constitutional government. And we're going to go through this a piece at a time, all right? The Constitution of the United States is the foundation of our national government and legal system. The United States is a republic, a form of government in which citizens elect the people who will govern them. A republic is very different from a government system in which citizens do not choose their political leaders, such as a monarchy or a dictatorship. The people who wrote the Constitution, they set particular goals for the new nation, which they stated in the preamble or introduction. They wanted to unite the states under one government, establish a nation where people could live peacefully and safely under the rule of law, and make prosperity and freedom possible for all citizens. What's up, Ashley? How you doing? Doing my GED prep. We doing lesson 2, constitutional government. Following the preamble are the original seven articles of the U.S. Constitution. These articles provide for the 3 branches of government, establish the rights of states, and set forth procedures for ratifying and amending the Constitution. Article 6 states that all government officials must uphold the Constitution as the supreme law of the land, and that no other laws can contradict any part of the Constitution. According to Article 5, a constitutional amendment can be proposed by Congress if it is supported by 2/3 majorities in both the House and the Senate. The proposed amendment then must be ratified by 3/4 of the states. This process ensures that amendments have very broad national support. The original Constitution did not specifically describe citizens' rights. Even as the Constitution was being written, some political leaders insisted that a Bill of Rights was needed to help develop citizens' trust in the new government. However, they agreed to wait to make amendments to the Constitution until after it was ratified. As a result of this compromise, the first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution, passed in 1791, became the Bill of Rights. These rights are well known to many Americans. The First Amendment, for example, guarantees freedom of religion, speech, press. Why am I tripping? Basically, RAPS, RAPPS. Okay, religion, assembly, press, petition, and freedom of speech. That's the First Amendment. I don't know why they didn't put all of those in there, but that's another story. Let's see here. The 6th and 7th Amendments guarantee citizens' rights to a trial by jury, for example. As Americans' ideas about citizenship and government have evolved, the amendment process has allowed the Constitution to evolve as well. The 13th Amendment outlawed slavery. The 15th Amendment established that the rights of citizens shall not be denied or abridged on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. A number of constitutional amendments have extended voting rights to citizens. The 19th Amendment gave women the right to vote in 1920. The 24th Amendment in 1964 banned poll taxes, which some states were using to prevent African Americans from voting. And the 26th Amendment lowered the voting age to 18. Key ideas. The U.S. Constitution is the basis for our government structure and legal system. 2, the Bill of Rights. The first 10 constitutional amendments define the rights of citizens. And 3, amendments to the Constitution require wide support, but many important amendments have gained enough support to be ratified, which means introduced and then retained within the Constitution. That's what ratification means. Okay. All right. So to recap, United States, we are a republic, a form of government in which citizens elect the people who will govern them. It is different from a monarchy or a dictatorship in which people do not elect who's going to represent the country for them. The people who wrote the Constitution set particular goals for the new nation, which they stated in the preamble or introduction to the Constitution. Next, following the preamble are the original 7 articles of the U.S. Constitution. And these articles provide for 3 branches of government, establish the rights of states, and set forth procedures for ratifying and amending the Constitution. And what else? All right. First 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution were passed in 1791, and it became the Bill of Rights. These rights well known to many Americans. The first 10, like I said, the first amendment is RAPS, RAPPS. That's religion, assembly, petition, freedom of the press, and freedom of speech. And what else? 13th Amendment outlaws slavery. 15th Amendment established that the rights of citizens shall not be denied or abridged on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. 1920 gave women the right to vote. 24th Amendment banned poll taxes, which some states were using to prevent African Americans from voting. And the 26th Amendment lowered the voting age to 18. Okay. That'll do it for today's lesson. Like I said, we try to keep it short. It's just over 10, just a little bit over 10 minutes, no problem. Yeah, so we literally just try to give you little bits and pieces of information. We don't want to overwhelm you, but we want to give you something familiar and give you something new within the same session. That way we can just keep moving forward and you retain this information. And trust me, in the GED prep, we're going to treat it just like I do the barbering with the full court press. Any of my GED people, what we do is just little bits of information. We just go over it and over it and over it and over it and over it, especially all the important stuff. Okay. We just try to build a solid foundation of all the important stuff that you need, and then we'll put everything else on top of it. All right. So if you are interested, like I said, you can get in touch with me at Pierre Huey on all social media platforms. If you are watching this from my StreamYard, it is right there. But you can reach me at Pierre Huey, PIERREHOUEY, all social media platforms. You can also reach me at my barber school, allevenbarberschool.com. And basically, that's it. Like between those two, you can find me. All right. You can get in touch with me very easily. You can get in touch with me here. If you're on Instagram, IG, whatever, you can message me anytime. Basically, I don't turn my phone off. We are about helping you get your GED. If you are just interested in getting your GED in general, that's not a problem either. Let us know. It is me and it's my partner, Mike Foster, aka at Toss the Dice on social media. Okay. We would love to have you. And don't be afraid to speak up. The sooner you tell us, the sooner we can get you taught, the sooner we can get you this GED. And whatever goes after that, we can get you to whatever your future is going to be outside of that. All right. So feel free to get in contact with us. Don't be scared to speak up. We'd love to hear from you. We'll make this thing happen. I am your instructor, Pierre Huey, aka Mr. P, on this wonderful Sunday morning. Okay. The P is for patience. I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.